Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Olumide Macaulay. Coming up on today's edition. The Nigerian Immigration Service educates residents of Benin City, the Edo State capital, on how to migrate safely. Activities in hospitals paralyzed as the strike by health workers takes effect. And Anambra traders ramp up support for the Inspector General of Police. Thank you so much for joining us. Beginning with security issues, the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, is giving Nigerians renewed assurances that the military will redouble its efforts to tackle the country's security challenges. He says the evolving security environment, particularly the insurgency in the northeast, clashes in the Middle Belt, and other vices have caused the expansion of the Nigerian Air Force Base to provide swift responses to emergencies. He was speaking at the inauguration of some projects at the Nigerian Air Force 209 Quick Response Group base in Ikpetu, Ijesha, Osun State.
The evolving security environment in Nigeria, characterized by insurgency in the northeast, banditry in parts of the northwest, farmers-herders clashes in the Middle Belt region, as well as cases of kidnapping and other vices across the country, necessitated the expansion of the Nigerian Air Force to be able to provide swift and adequate responses to these security challenges. This resulted in the establishment of the Special Operations Command with headquarters in Bauchi and 9 units across the country. We in the Nigerian Air Force hereby state our commitment and loyalty to the nation, to Mr. President, and to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We want to appreciate the President for all the support despite the harsh economic realities in the country.
For about 3 weeks now, members of the Joint Health Sector Unions, JOHESU, have downed tools in Nigerian hospitals to protest against salary adjustments, promotion arrears, and improved working environment for its members. But the strike takes on another dimension as health workers in states and local governments have been directed to join this development. It has left activities of hospitals across the nation crippled, with patients left stranded. This report takes a look at the effect of the strike in some states.
Just when it seemed the worst had been experienced in the nation's health sector, the situation might even get uglier with this new directive from JOHESU to state and local government members to join in the strike. At the University College Hospital, UCH Ibadan, this walkway is a shadow of itself, same as every other place where patients and caregivers would normally be seen in large numbers. But that is just one side to the effect of the nationwide industrial action by JOHESU. Elsewhere at the Federal Medical Center, Owo, Ondo State, the atmosphere is also unusually quiet, no thanks to the strike. None of the members of JOHESU are on the ground to speak on the situation, and the chief medical director of the hospital is said to be in a management meeting. The situation at the Aminu Kano Teaching Hospital in Kano State is even much more dire for a hospital that serves neighboring Katsina and Jigawa states. At the Accident and Emergency Unit, this patient is wheeled in, his fate unknown. Other patients tell their story.
As at last week, we had to go outside. Even if you see the doctor, it's of no use. You see the doctor without getting the drugs. Of what use it is.
I just really hope that JOHESU will call up the strike because it's really telling on us here.
The few medical staff around do the little they can, but it's not enough to put a smile on these faces.
We are prevented from admitting some of our patients since some of the wards are locked and some of the materials for the patient bed and other things were locked by the JOHESUs.
The state JOHESU chairman believes the government is responsible for this situation.
You see, one good thing people must understand, the responsibility to give good health, affordable health to the country is the duty of government. That is to tell you it is their responsibility. They are only using us as a tool or as an equipment to do that.
Members of JOHESU at the Federal Medical Center in Yenagua have taken the strike a step further by manning the gate and staging a mild protest.
Every working day we're here. That is the more reason why you are seeing us here, monitoring by making sure that none of our members gets to the office.
Locked gates, padlocks, and even more padlocks. The wards, laboratory, pharmacy, and even the cash machine all deserted. But the union says it shares in the pains of the people.
We appeal to the public, general public, especially the bystanders and non-bystanders in this area that we provide services to bear with us. We have no other, that was just our last resort.
The Joint Health Sector Unions, JOHESU, is made up of 5 registered unions, all of them on strike. And if hospital beds meant to give comfort to patients are empty, the question is, how are patients getting the medical attention they urgently require?
Irregular migration is a cause of concern in Nigeria now, a trend the Nigerian Immigration Service wants to reduce through, in Benin City, the Edo State capital, targeting youth on how to embark on safer migration. Residents were given free booklets and enlightenment souvenirs with the needed information. The immigration superintendent in Edo State says the book titled Passport to Safe Migration has all the answers to pertinent questions on how to migrate the proper way.
Intending migrants given rapt attention to a lecture on safe migration at the Nigeria Immigration Service Edo State Command Headquarters in Benin City, the Edo State capital. According to the Immigration Service, inadequate information has been a major factor in most cases of irregular migration, particularly the dangerous journey to Europe through the Sahara Desert and the Mediterranean Sea.
Migration, to me, is what makes the world go round, because people keep cutting across countries, continents, and as you go, you are importing your ideals, you are importing your values, you are importing your culture, and as well repatriating good deeds, funds, and all of that. So economies have also developed with respect to migration. But what for us in the Nigerian Immigration Service we are saying today is that if you must embark on this migration, let it be done in a proper manner. And that is what the Passport to Safe Migration is all about.
The service also sees this reference guide containing the do's and don'ts in regular migration as a must-have for everyone.
Understand the content of this.
The forum permits queries from the audience and the answers are duly provided.
Giving them your satisfied answers and they just look at you and they just stamp it and say, go. And that's it. Why do they do that?
I really don't know why they do those things. I think it is subject to what their rules and regulations have stated. And you never can tell, maybe somebody who is also bearing your surname is back in their country constituting.
The advocacy of safe migration continues even after the main event.
Nigerians will cultivate the habit of doing things by themselves. Let us learn to go to the website and follow the instructions there. They are very user-friendly. Anybody who passes through that system and says he cannot obtain his or her own passport, please, we have call centers. You lay your complaint straight to the call centers. They will answer you and tell you what is the problem.
The Nigeria Immigration Service believes this free booklet on safe migration, an initiative of its Controller General, Muhammad Babandede, will be pivotal in providing the public with the necessary information.
You're watching news across Nigeria. Coming up, the Social Democratic Party gets the governorship candidate for the Ekiti governorship elections. Please stay with us.